Hello and welcome to Middle Eastern Thursday. So today it is all about layering combos. I have a total of 14 layering combos that I'm ready to share with you today. Actually 13 and a bonus one, 14 in total. And it's taken me quite a while to put these together because I wanted to make sure to use fragrances that you may have had in your collection for quite a while, as well as some of the new fragrances that have been launched during 2025. The whole point of layering is to not have to continuously pick up fragrance after fragrance, but to start getting creative and trying different layering combinations. So today it is not about reviewing the fragrance, it's more about me sharing the combos with you and telling you the inspiration behind each one, and of course what you can expect to get from the scent that you will have once you combine these two fragrances. So let's go ahead and jump right in because we have quite a bit to cover. But before we do so, if this is your first time here, I'm Arahi, and I'm your fragrance concierge because I'm totally committed to creating the best fragrance experience for you. I upload videos multiple times a week, and on this channel, we love to talk about all types of fragrances. So if that sounds like the type of content that you're interested in, and like a good plan, then please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget, leave a comment. Let's go. All right, so the first layering combination that I want to share with you today is going to be using Lattafa Fire on Ice and Paris Corner Minya. So here's the thing about these two. I initially thought, well, that may be interesting, but then I had my little doubts because the note of almond and the pistachio here are quite present, and I just didn't know how it would balance with Fire on Ice and that booziness that we get from it. But the truth is that these two combined are perfect. So Minya has a bit of a floral presence that actually works very, very well with the composition of Fire on Ice. I find that the salted caramel in Minya plays beautifully with the booziness that you find in Fire on Ice. And together they will give you a scent that is perfection for the fall season, while also being quite yummy. Together they really make what I would call a full-on gourmand. And the other thing is that I also find that Fire on Ice brings like a fruitiness to the table when it comes to the scent that you're going to get from these two fragrances. But all in all combined, they will give you a scent that is quite heavenly and, to be honest with you, quite yummy, because you have that salted caramel, that nuttiness coming from Minya, then you have that booziness and that raspberry coming from Fire on Ice. And together, this is a fire layering combination, truly. You are going to smell beautiful, but you're also going to smell quite yummy. So the next layering combo that I want to share with you is between French Avenue Chocola Addict and Maison Asrar Vanilla Voyage. Now, Vanilla Voyage is a fragrance that so many of you absolutely love, and rightfully so, because it is an exquisite vanilla fragrance. But when you combine these two, the yumminess will go to the next level. Now, this is a true gourmand combination. You have to be a real gourmand lover to enjoy these two together, because you are going to get quite a yummy scent that is sweet, lactonic, loaded with vanilla, and with a very, very present chocolate note. The other thing that I love about this layering combination is that the chocolate, if you use Chocola Addict on its own, the chocolate can be quite bitter. But when you combine it with Vanilla Voyage, there's like a level of sweetness that is added to that chocolate, which makes it absolutely beautiful. In Chocola Addict, you're also going to find some citrusy notes. And if I recall correctly, it's something like orange and mandarin orange. And that added with Vanilla Voyage is just incredible. So you have that kind of caramelly scent that is very, very vanillic. And then you have that added chocolate. And then you have that citrusiness along with it. But it's like a sweet, citrusy, very clear, kind of zesty, actually, kind of note. Together, these two make for an incredibly yummy, yummy scent that is very, very much gourmand. Now, if you want to experience having like a cherry, like a chocolate covered cherry bonbon type of scent, then look no further, because this next layering combination is going to give you exactly that. And this one is using Lattafa Maillard Cherry Intense and Gulf Orchid Dark Chocolate. When I tell you that this is a combination made in heaven, it's almost like they were designed to not be used on their own, but actually to be used together as an incredible layering combo, because the scent is absolutely exquisite. Now, you may recall that Maillard Cherry Intense, does have the note of cacao, but it really doesn't play much of a role when you use this scent on its own. Now, in dark chocolate, you are going to find definitely a dark chocolate that is very present and very dominant, but also in Cherry Intense, you also find not necessarily the note of cherry, it's more of like a cherry jam. So when you combine these two together, you are going to get truly like if you had a chocolate covered cherry bonbon. For real. And at that, there is a ton of vanilla between these two fragrances, and together, it makes it just absolutely perfect. This is a layering combination that if you own these two fragrances, you definitely want to try. And if you don't, and if you like the sound of getting that, chocolate covered cherry bonbon, then you definitely want to pick up these two, because this layering combination is one of my favorites. So the next layering combo is one that I never really expected to love or for it to work as well as it did. As a matter of fact, I had to test it twice, because the first time that I tried it on skin, I thought to myself, no, this really can't be working this perfect. So I tried it again. But when I tell you that these two, and one is a fragrance that most of you hauled a very long time ago, so you're able to pull it, and it is Paris Corner Rifaaqat. And then the next one is from Khadlaj, and it's Loyalty 25. Oh, when I tell you that this layering combo is everything. So here's the thing. In Rifaaqat, you do find quite a bit of spiciness. You have some pink pepper, you have black pepper, you have saffron. It's just like a spicy combination going on here. And there's a ton of vanilla. Now here you do find quite a bit of fruitiness and again, a ton of vanilla. But combined, there is something that happens. It just adds like a touch of fruitiness to this DNA that I'm absolutely loving and that I'm sure you're going to love. The scent that you're going to get is quite warm, spicy, so it's perfect for cooler weather. And it does have that touch of fruitiness, which adds some sweetness on a backdrop of a ton of vanilla. It is just absolute perfection. These two together, I hope that you have them both in your collection because I just know you're going to love this layering combo. All right, so this next layering combo is going to definitely take you by surprise. But I have to tell you, in order for you to enjoy this layering combo, you have to be a date fragrances lover, but a date that is bold, unapologetic, and very much present, because these two fragrances are all about that date note, one more than the other. But let's talk about it. So this next layering combo is all about Swiss Arabian Shagaf Vanilla Toffee and from Paris Corner Date Caramel. Yes, so here you have the date combination, because both of these fragrances do have the note of date, but they also have quite a bit of vanilla. So here's the thing. In Shagaf Vanilla Toffee, you are going to find, as the name says it, a very, very present toffee note. It is definitely a lactonic quality fragrance. It does have some spicy notes, but what really, really, really determines the success of these two is the fact that they both have that date note. And in addition to that, here you find the toffee. They both have quite a bit of caramel. There's also some tonka, there's some spicy notes, and together that mix just creates a fragrance, a scent that is absolutely exquisite. The combination of these two is a scent that you really want to try if you are a serious date lover, because you are going to get a bomb of a date scent, truly. it's not going to be just about that date note, but it is going to be quite centric. It will be primarily about the date, followed by the vanilla, and then the toffee and other notes. The other thing that really quite adds a bit of a spin to that scent, in my opinion, is the fact that here you do find the note of coffee. And while the coffee is not very dominant in the original fragrance, for some reason, when you layer these two together, that coffee note will make itself present like midway in the olfactory journey. And throughout the wear of the fragrance, you are going to get a very beautiful coffee note that is very, very smooth and a bit faint in the backdrop of all the other notes and accords that are going on around that vanilla, the caramel, the dates, the spicy notes. I tell you, this is yumminess heaven if you are a date lover. The next layering combo that I want to share with you is between Lattafa's Mashrabiyah and Aroma Concepts Ginger Babe. Now, these two fragrances, when I tell you that this layering combo is absolute heaven, because in Mashrabiyah, you are going to find that apple shisha accord. And when you add that very centric ginger note that you find in Ginger Babe, it just makes for just an exquisite, like perfect fall kind of like pie. I can't even explain it, because what I'm getting between these two is like apple pie. It is absolutely exquisite. You are going to pick up on like a spiced apple kind of note when you mix them together. And there's an inherent warmth that comes with this scent. You are going to pick up on spices, primarily on the cinnamon. I don't pick up on many other spices, but I know there's others present. But it's really going to be about the cinnamon, because again, you are going to get like a spiced apple kind of scent. And at that, there's a ton of vanilla here, and then there's some caramel. So in the end, what the scent is giving me is like a spiced apple crumble that has been drizzled with a sweet and beautifully creamy kind of caramel. And at all that, there's a tad of like a smoky quality to the fragrance, to the scent that you get when you combine these two. There's a bit of a smoky quality, which just makes it even more cozy. The scent overall is that of like being in a cabin somewhere and eating a delicious dessert, wearing like a big sweater and sitting like in a couch that's like hugging you. I am telling you, this speaks to fall all the way. Let us know if you try this layering combo. The next layering combo that I want to share with you is Maj Al Sultan from Asdaf and Fragrance World Elysia Vanilla. Wow. Okay, so if you've been with me for a while, you know that this is one of my favorite affordable Middle Eastern fragrances, period, when it comes to the fall season and winter, because this is a sexy beast. This is a powerhouse fragrance with a ton of personality, truly unisex. But here's the thing, when you combine these two, there is a magic that happens that I can't even explain. It makes this scent a bit sweeter, obviously, because you're adding that vanilla, but at the same time, it creates like a totally different scent where you have that tobacco and the spicy notes that you find in Maj, in addition to that smoky quality, but the vanilla just takes it all to the next level. And all in all, you end up getting a very sophisticated and smooth scent where it seems like the vanilla has acquired like a roasty, smoky quality. That's the only way that I can explain it. But this layering combo is absolute heaven. It will give you like a totally new fragrance. The scent that you're going to get from this combination is also very ambery. And I dare say that it is one that you can use for any occasion, day or night. So if you had a concern while using Maj Al Sultan that it was giving you kind of like that incense vibe that so many fan members have reported, well, when you layer it with Elysia Vanilla, you're going to be pleasantly surprised, because that smoky, incensey quality that can be a bit too much in Maj Al Sultan will be completely mitigated when you add this vanilla, giving you an exquisitely beautiful fall and winter scent where you are going to have a smoky vanilla scent. Now, this layering combo really took me by surprise, because one of the fragrances is quite new to my collection. But one day I was just trying it on skin and I was just curious, and I just, took a look across the room at this other fragrance that I'm going to layer it with. And I was just curious and I sprayed it. And when I tell you that my eyes opened super wide and super big because I just couldn't believe the exquisite scent that I had just stumbled upon, because literally. So this one is from Maison Asrar, Faris Al Arab, and of course from Ahmed Al Maghribi, and this is Oud and Roses, which you guys know is one of my favorite oud and rose combinations. But here's the thing, when you combine these two, I don't know how it happens, but it will give you a scent that is a scent that will carry you. You could make it your signature scent, and it will carry you all throughout the year, because I think it is suitable for any season of the year, any occasion, day or night. There is something that happens when you combine these two, where the oud that is quite present in Oud and Roses is smoothed out. I don't know how. I don't know if it's the note of plum that you have here, but there is definitely a difference. And that new scent is absolutely elegant and sophisticated and beautiful. It can take you to the office. It can take you to a casual kind of event. It can take you to a very formal kind of event. Very, very versatile. You can dress it up, dress it down. Absolutely beautiful scent that you need to try. The combination here of like the spicy notes that you find in Faris and that caramel, and then when you add that oud and rose, which brings that floral presence plus that character added by a very present oud to the level of a 3 to 4, just makes for a very, very strikingly sophisticated kind of scent that is definitely going to wow you. If you are an oud lover, this is a combination that you really should try, because I guarantee you're going to fall in love. Now, if you're not an oud lover, I don't think that this is going to work for you, because the oud will continue to be present. The other thing to know about these two is that scent, the one that you're going to get when you layer, is going to be musk based primarily, because I do pick up on the musk. But while before I used to pick up on the musk to a tune of 3 to 4, just using Faris, now with these two combined, the musk is very, very much smoother, and it's like a level 2. So you're not going to pick up on it as much. So if you love oud, but you're not really a fan of musk, then this is a layering combo that you may also want to try. Oh, I am so excited to share this next layering combo, because I've been really, really looking forward to letting you know about this one, because this one is incredible. So this one would be using Lattafa Camera Dukan and Anfar Dubai Chocolate Pistachio Kunafa. This is absolutely incredible. This scent truly is very much gourmand, because you are going to smell like, I don't even know what dessert to mention here, because here's the thing. So Dukan brings a certain level of booziness to the chocolate concoction that you have going on here, and it does bring that note of raspberry. There's a fruitiness that will come in, not much, but the fruitiness will be present. Now, when you take that booziness and that caramelly effect and that very present dark chocolate and that pistachio and that fruitiness, and you bring it together, you are going to get, when I tell you, an exquisite scent that it's almost like you have a completely new fragrance for you. If you combine these two, it's like a totally new fragrance for sure. And when I tell you that, while there is a certain degree of yumminess to it, it is also a very elegant scent. I can't explain it, but this mix really, really took me by surprise. That's why I love layering, because when you least expect it, you're going to stumble upon a scent that is absolutely incredible. And that is what I have to say about these two, because the mix of the nuttiness here with the booziness and the fruitiness and that caramelly effect that you find in Dukan, I am telling you, bar none, the best. And then that dark chocolate that here was not even, it was sweet, but not very sweet, if you recall correctly. Well, now you are going to get a scent that is sweet and that is perfection for cooler weather. This is not a layering combo for like a warm spring day or the summer, but absolute perfection for the fall, winter, and beginning of the spring season. The next layering combo that I have for you, you're not going to believe this one, because this one, it is so, so yummy. This is a true full-on gourmand, I'm going to tell you right now. And this one is between Lattafa's Badee Al Oud Honor and Glory and Paris Corner Fig Hug. Now, if you own both of these fragrances and you love them both, I am sure you can already imagine, wow, now that sounds like a layering combo made in heaven. And it is. When I tell you this is the most exquisitely yummy scent ever. So here's the thing. In Honor and Glory, you are going to find the note of pineapple, and there is like a custardy, like creme brulee kind of scent going on here that when you combine it with the very present fig that you find in Fig Hug, oh, you just cannot avoid falling absolutely in love with the scent. There is quite a bit of vanilla in Honor and Glory, and there is a spiciness between these two that goes very well with that dessert. You know, I just wondered, maybe it's like a caramelized fig topped creme brulee kind of dessert that I'm getting. But then there's also that hint of that like pineapple kind of scent that I just can't even explain. And to top it all off, combined with the tad lactonic nature of this fragrance, there is just something that happens between these two. I can't explain it, but the scent is absolutely glorious. So if you own both of these fragrances and you've had this one for a while and it's just been sitting and it is just perfect, and now you combine it with Fig Hug, I am very curious to know what you get from it. How do you feel about that scent? Because to me, this is not just yummy, but exquisitely beautiful. I just really couldn't believe that these two would give us such an incredible scent and so yummy. I'm telling you, you're going to smell like an exquisite dessert. So the next layering combo that I have for you is one that really also surprised me. I almost did this one as a joke. I figured, you know what, let me just spray them together. And I started, of course, as I always do, on paper. And when I sniffed it on paper, I immediately had to spray it on skin because I just could not believe that it was this good. So this one is using Badee Al Oud Noble Blush and Paris Corner Emir Frenetic Delicios. Now, if you've been with me for a while, you probably have this fragrance because there was a time where I talked so much about this fragrance. Now, here's the thing. Through time, I have received report after report from fan members that they really do not appreciate that kind of leather note scent that they get in Frenetic Delicios. And while it's very sweet and it smells very nice, overall, when it comes to that kind of like leatherish scent, they're not appreciating it. Well, if you own Frenetic Delicios and you own this one, then bring them together and try this layering combo because you may end up falling deeply in love with that new scent. That layering combo is going to bring a fruitiness to this very like strong and potent and very much unisex kind of scent that will maybe strike your fancy because it will add not just fruitiness, but there's the sweetness. The vanilla becomes a bit more present for some reason. It is just a perfect layering combo. And for me, it is just suitable for the seasons of fall and winter and the beginning of spring because this scent continues to be very much about that leatherish kind of note. And this one, of course, is a tad lactonic, but you're not going to pick up on that once you combine both fragrances because this one, to a certain extent, does overpower Noble Blush. So this next layering combo, you guys know that these two fragrances are a deep love of mine, and one of them is like a lifer for me, and it is Swiss Arabian Tobacco 01. But when you take Swiss Arabian Tobacco 01 and you combine it with French Avenue Vulcan Sable, get ready because you are going to have the perfect boozy scent for the seasons of fall and winter. This is not even a layering combo that I would pull during the opening of the spring season because as soon as you spray these two on, you are going to get that immediate cool weather vibe. And if it's a very hot day, I know that this is going to be a bit much. These two come together so beautifully because the booziness that you find in Vulcan Sable, right along with that tonka bean caramelly effect that you get from it, when you combine it with that Tobacco 01 presence where that tobacco is moist and it's just sweet and it's perfection, you're going to get the most exquisite, boozy, sweet, vanillic, caramelly scent that you could possibly imagine on a backdrop of some serious woody notes. I tell you, Perfection for fall and winter. You really need to give these two a try if you own them. And if you don't, you may want to consider picking up whichever one. You can't go wrong with Tobacco One. Even if you don't like tobacco, you're going to fall in love with Tobacco One because it is that incredible. But these two together, the combination made in heaven. The next layering combo that I want to share with you is one that I have been waiting by the minute to share with you because it includes one of my favorite fragrances, period, across my collection right now. And of course, you're going to be like, oh, Arahi, really again? Yes, we're going to go there again. And this one is from Lattafa. And of course, I'm speaking about Dream of Haze. And you guys know every time I pull up this fragrance, I have to show you the bottle because it is just incredible. But today, I want to take this love to the next level because when I tell you that layering Dream of Haze with Hibisco Nirvana is just absolutely glorious. I don't know what is it about these two because you have here a very present note of hibiscus. You have some spicy notes. There's quite a bit going on in this fragrance. And this is a very, very potent, intense, bold, in-your-face, unapologetic type of scent. But when you combine it with Dream of Haze, I don't know what is it. That apple shisha accord adds a smoothness to this one that is just unbelievable. There's also a certain level of sweetness that comes in. The fragrance, this scent is quite ambery compared to these two on their own. The scent that you're going to get from combining them is quite ambery, and it also has a good bit of woodiness that I can't even really explain because that woodiness is like kind of creamy. I will tell you that I don't get much of a floral presence except for that hibiscus between these two because it becomes more, I wouldn't say that it's a fruity fragrance. It's just a blend that I can't even figure anything out. Maybe I need to use it more to really start and try really hard to pick up on specific notes. But I'm telling you, the blend of these two, when you layer them, is just exquisite. It is going to give you a scent that is truly for fall and winter. This is not spring at all to me or summer. This really speaks because this is a powerhouse. And oh, by the way, on my skin, the scent that you're going to get is truly beast mode. It will definitely exceed the 10-hour mark without having to overspray or respray. But when I tell you that the scent is just beautiful, you are going to fall in love with it. This is not a scent, by the way, that I would wear to the office. This to me is more for late afternoon into the evening and late night. The next and last layering combo that I have for you today is between Khadlaj, Empire Victor, and Swiss Arabian. Now, you guys know that these two are lifers for me. These are top favorites within affordable Middle Eastern fragrances. But here's the thing. This is a layering combo that is made truly in heaven. You know that there's a lactonic nature to this fragrance. It is sweet. It is definitely musk-based. But the Incense 01 fragrance has an effect when you combine them together where it reduces the amount of muskiness that you pick up in this fragrance. So the resulting scent is going to be sweet. It's going to be a tad smoky. It's going to be less musky. It's going to have a floral presence, but not much. Primarily, you're going to pick up on jasmine, and there's like a caramelly accord to it that is going to absolutely make you fall in love. Perfection for fall and winter and the beginning of the spring season. What I also love about this combination is that there's a certain degree of airiness to the scent all throughout the olfactory journey, at the dry down, and throughout the wear of the fragrance. An absolutely incredible layering combo that you must try if you own these fragrances. Let us know if you try this layering combo and your thoughts. All right, fam, so we've reached the end of today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed these layering combos because they really are special. I just know you're going to be in love with them. They are layering combos that, again, took me quite a while to put together because I wanted to make sure that I incorporated fragrances that you may have had for a while and that are perfect for the fall and winter season. As always, thank you so much for hanging with me today, and I will see you all in the next video.